Welcome back to our channel. Today we uncover the life of Lucille Ball, the legendary comedic actress whose groundbreaking work changed the face of television forever. From a tragic childhood shaped by loss to a tumultuous relationship with Desi Arnaz and her fight to break barriers in Hollywood, Lucille's life was as dramatic as any script she ever performed. Join us as we explore the hidden truths behind her comedy. Lucille Desiree Ball was born on Sunday, August 6, 1911 at 69 Stewart Avenue in Jamestown, New York. Raised in a Baptist household, Lucille's ancestry was primarily English, with traces of Scottish, French, and Irish roots. Her father's career with Bell Telephone required frequent relocations during Lucille's childhood. On February 28, 1915, Henry Ball passed away from typhoid fever at the young age of 27. Lucille, just 3 years old, was left with a lasting impression of the day. A bird became trapped inside their home, an incident that sparked a lifelong fear of birds. At the time of Henry's death, Lucille's mother, Dee Dee, was pregnant with her second child, Fred Ball, who was born later that year. After Henry's passing, Dee Dee returned to New York with her children. With the help of Lucille's maternal grandparents, the family settled in Celeron, a summer resort village on Lake Chautauqua. Lucille Ball's life was marked by a series of profound and formative events, but one particular day from her childhood left an indelible mark on her memory and her future. It was a seemingly ordinary day in her grandfather's backyard, a place where the family often gathered for target practice, a common pastime at the time. For young Lucille, it was likely an exciting moment, watching the adults engage in this activity. However, what began as a harmless day of recreation soon turned into a life-altering tragedy. An 8-year-old neighbor, Warner Erickson, was nearby, curious and eager to join in on the fun. Despite being told by Lucille's grandfather to stay seated and out of harm's way, Warner impulsively stood up and ran across the field. In a tragic twist of fate, he moved directly into the line of fire. A shot rang out, and chaos erupted as a bullet struck Warner in the back. Lucille, a witness to the horrifying scene, could only watch in terror as a crimson stain spread across the boy's clothing. His mother's anguished screams pierced the air, adding to the confusion and despair of the moment. Though Warner survived the accident, the outcome was devastating. He was left paralyzed from the waist down, a heartbreaking consequence that would haunt both families. The Ericksons took legal action against Lucille's grandfather, suing him for everything he had. The Ball family, already grappling with financial uncertainty, lost not only their savings, but also their home. For young Lucille, the tragedy and its aftermath became an early lesson in the fragility of life and the far-reaching consequences of even a single misstep. This traumatic event forced Lucille to confront hardship at an early age. The loss of financial stability and the weight of her family's struggles instilled in her a sense of determination and resilience that would later define her. In many ways, it shaped the unyielding drive that propelled her through Hollywood's challenges and setbacks. It taught her how to adapt, persevere, and ultimately rise above adversity, qualities that became the cornerstone of her success in the entertainment industry. For Lucille Ball, this tragedy wasn't just a painful memory, it was a crucible that forged her strength. Behind her radiant smile and comedic genius lay a woman who had learned from a young age how to navigate the harsh realities of life. This incident may have shaken the Ball family, but it also set the stage for Lucille's extraordinary journey, where resilience would become her defining trait. Lucille Ball's journey to becoming one of the most beloved icons in entertainment began with humble and turbulent beginnings. In 1925, at just 14 years old, she entered into a controversial relationship with Johnny DeVita, a 21-year-old local troublemaker. Her mother, deeply concerned about the relationship, hoped it would fizzle out on its own. Despite the family's financial struggles, Lucille's mother enrolled her in the prestigious John Murray Anderson School of Dramatic Art in New York City in 1926. This decision was as much about separating Lucille from DeVita as it was about nurturing her dreams of joining the world of entertainment. However, Lucille's time at the drama school was anything but smooth. Reflecting on those days, she later admitted, "All I learned at drama school was how to be scared." Her instructors were harshly critical, openly doubting her potential for success in the entertainment industry. They didn't mince words, making it clear that they believed she lacked the talent to make it as an actress. Faced with such biting criticism, many might have given up, but not Lucille. Instead, she channeled that negativity into fuel for her determination. Refusing to let others define her future, she returned to New York City in 1928, resolved to prove her detractors wrong. That same year, she began working for the renowned fashion designer Hattie Carnegie as an in-house model. This role marked a significant turning point in Lucille's life. At Carnegie's insistence, she dyed her naturally brown hair blonde to align with the fashion standards of the time, a transformation that highlighted her willingness to adapt and evolve. Recalling this period, Lucille quipped, "Hattie taught me how to stoop properly in a $1,000 hand-sewn sequined gown and how to wear a $40,000 mink coat as casually as rabbit fur." Through her work with Carnegie, Lucille refined her poise and elegance, traits that would later become hallmarks of her on-screen persona. Yet just as her career seemed poised to take off, Lucille faced another setback. She was struck with rheumatic fever, a debilitating illness that sidelined her for 2 long years. Unable to work during this time, Lucille's dreams of stardom were temporarily put on hold. In 1932, Lucille Ball returned to New York City with a dream in her heart and a fierce determination to make it in the entertainment industry. She supported herself by working for the renowned fashion designer Hattie Carnegie and selling cigarettes as a Chesterfield girl. Adopting the stage name Diane Belmont, Lucille began her foray into the world of Broadway as a chorus girl. However, the early days of her career were anything but stable. Despite her enthusiasm and effort, Lucille's journey on Broadway was marked by setbacks. She was hired and quickly dismissed by Earl Carroll from his Vanities and by Florenz Ziegfeld Jr. from a touring company of Rio Rita. These rejections might have discouraged others, but Lucille pressed on, determined to find her place in show business. Her first taste of Hollywood came in 1933 when she landed an uncredited role as a Goldwyn girl in Roman Scandals, alongside Eddie Cantor and Gloria Stewart. The experience sparked her interest in film, leading Lucille to make the bold decision to leave New York behind and pursue acting full-time in Hollywood. Throughout the 1930s, Lucille took on a string of small roles as a contract actress for RKO Radio Pictures. She made appearances in various films, including a short comedy with The Three Stooges, Three Little Pigskins, 1934, and a supporting role in Room Service, 1938, alongside the Marx Brothers. Her first credited role came in 1936's Chatterbox, but it was her performances in RKO musicals that began to showcase her talent. She appeared in several Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers films, including Roberta, 1935, Top Hat, 1935, and Follow the Fleet, 1936. These minor but memorable roles helped Lucille develop her screen presence and gain experience. One of her most notable early performances was in Stage Door, 1937, where she played an ambitious actress alongside Katharine Hepburn and Ginger Rogers, her distant relative. The film, centered on aspiring actresses navigating the challenges of show business, echoed Lucille's real-life determination to succeed despite the odds. In 1936, Lucille landed a role she hoped would catapult her to Broadway fame in Bartlett Cormac's play Hey Diddle Diddle. The comedy, set in a Hollywood penthouse, featured Lucille as Julie Tucker, one of three roommates navigating the chaos of neurotic directors and demanding stars. The play debuted in Princeton, New Jersey in January 1937 to positive reviews, but its run was cut short due to issues with lead actor Conway Tyrrell, whose failing health disrupted the production. Disagreements between the producer and the playwright about how to handle the situation ultimately led to the play's closure after just 1 week in Washington, D.C. During this period, like many aspiring actresses, Lucille turned to radio for additional income and exposure. In 1937, she became a regular on The Phil Baker Show, which provided her with a steady platform. When the show ended in 1938, Lucille joined the cast of The Wonder Show, starring Jack Haley. This marked the beginning of a lifelong professional relationship with Gail Gordon, who hosted the program and would go on to appear in several of Lucille's later television projects. Although The Wonder Show lasted only one season, ending in April 1939, it was a stepping stone that expanded Lucille's network and prepared her for greater opportunities ahead. Lucille's early years in the industry were a testament to her perseverance. Despite rejections, short-lived opportunities, and financial challenges, she continued to hone her craft and seize every chance to perform. These formative experiences in New York and Hollywood laid the groundwork for her eventual rise to superstardom, shaping the indomitable spirit that would define her career. The 1940s were a transformative period for Lucille Ball, marked by career-defining roles and life-changing encounters. In 1940, she starred in Dance Girl, Dance, a film that showcased her dramatic potential. However, it was her work on the musical Too Many Girls that changed her life forever. On the set of this lively production, she met Desi Arnaz, a charismatic Cuban bandleader who played one of the 4 bodyguards protecting her character. The chemistry between them was immediate and undeniable. What began as a professional collaboration quickly blossomed into a passionate romance, setting the stage for one of Hollywood's most famous love stories. Although her personal life was soaring, Lucille's career at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM, didn't quite achieve the same heights. Signed in the early 1940s, Lucille appeared in a string of roles but struggled to break into the A-list. Hollywood insiders began calling her the Queen of the B's, a title she shared with other actresses known for starring in B movies such as Fay Wray, Ida Lupino, and Marie Windsor. Among these films was Five Came Back, 1939, a tense survival drama that highlighted Lucille's ability to command attention on screen despite limited budgets and resources. Lucille's breakthrough opportunities in the 1940s hinted at her versatility and potential for stardom. In 1942, she starred opposite Henry Fonda in The Big Street, a romantic drama that earned her critical recognition. While her performances showcased her talent, she remained on the fringes of major stardom, overshadowed by MGM's bigger stars. However, Lucille's persistence ensured she remained in the spotlight. One of her notable projects was Dewberry Was a Lady, 1943, a Broadway musical adapted for the screen. Originally purchased by MGM for Ann Sothern, the role ultimately went to Lucille when Sothern declined. The two were close friends in real life, and Lucille's comedic timing and on-screen charisma brought a delightful energy to the production. The following year, she appeared as herself in the musical Best Foot Forward, 1943, further solidifying her place as a versatile performer. Lucille's dramatic range was on full display in films like Lover Come Back, 1946, and the film Noir the Dark Corner, 1946, where she played a secretary caught in a web of intrigue. In 1947, she starred in Lured, a murder mystery that cast her as Sandra Carpenter, a taxi dancer in London entangled in a hunt for a serial killer. These roles demonstrated Lucille's ability to seamlessly transition between genres, proving she could handle both drama and comedy with equal finesse. While her film career continued to climb steadily, a new opportunity emerged that would change her trajectory forever. In 1948, Lucille was cast as Liz Cooper in the CBS radio sitcom My Favorite Husband. Her portrayal of the eccentric and witty Liz quickly won over audiences, showcasing her comedic genius and setting the foundation for her future success. Interestingly, the character was initially named Liz Cugat, but the name was changed after legal concerns from bandleader Xavier Cugat, who feared confusion with his own identity. Lucille's time in radio was pivotal, providing her with the platform to refine her comedic style and connect with audiences on a deeper level. Though she had yet to reach the peak of her career, the 1940s were a crucial era of growth and experimentation. From her roles in B-movies to her rising popularity on the airwaves, Lucille was steadily building the foundation that would soon make her a household name. Lucille Ball's journey to television immortality began with the resounding success of her CBS radio sitcom, My Favorite Husband. When CBS proposed adapting it for television, Lucille agreed, but with one condition. Her real-life husband, Desi Arnaz, would play her on-screen spouse. This was no small demand. CBS executives were skeptical, fearing audiences wouldn't accept a Cuban bandleader married to a red-headed Anglo-American woman. Undeterred, Lucille and Desi launched a live vaudeville-style tour featuring Lucille as a quirky housewife and Desi as her musician husband. The tour's overwhelming success convinced CBS to greenlight I Love Lucy, a decision that would forever change television history. Premiering on October 15, 1951, I Love Lucy quickly became a cultural phenomenon. The show wasn't just a star vehicle for Lucille Ball, it was also a lifeline for her troubled marriage to Arnaz. Their relationship had been strained by conflicting schedules and Desi's infidelity, but working together on the series brought them closer, at least temporarily. Producing I Love Lucy presented unique challenges. Lucille and Desi wanted to film in Los Angeles to stay close to home, but live broadcasting from the West Coast posed technical issues for East Coast audiences. To address this, they proposed recording the show on high-quality 35mm film rather than broadcasting live. This groundbreaking decision came at a cost. Lucille and Desi agreed to a pay cut in exchange for owning the rights to the episodes. At the time, CBS didn't realize the long-term value of syndication and agreed to the deal. Years later, in 1957, CBS bought the rights back from Desi Productions for $1 million, equivalent to over $10 million today, enabling Lucille and Desi to purchase the former RKO Pictures studio, transforming it into Desi Studios. Throughout its 6-year run, I Love Lucy dominated U.S. television ratings, becoming the #1 show in America for most of its time on air. Memorable moments from the series remain iconic, including the famous tango scene from the episode Lucy Does the Tango, which drew the longest recorded studio audience laugh in the show's history. The laughter was so extensive that editors had to cut it in half for broadcast. In addition to I Love Lucy, Lucille and Desi appeared together in 2 feature films during the show's production hiatus, The Long, Long Trailer, 1954, and Forever Darling, 1956. Even after the show ended in 1957, the beloved cast reunited for 1-hour specials, under the title The Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour, which continued until 1960. As I Love Lucy soared, Lucille broke barriers as a businesswoman. She co-founded Desi Productions with Desi Arnaz, becoming the first woman to lead a major television production company. After their divorce in 1960, Lucille purchased Desi's shares, taking full ownership of the studio. Under her leadership, Desi became a powerhouse, producing groundbreaking series like The Untouchables, Star Trek, and Mission Impossible. These shows not only expanded Desilu's legacy, but also reshaped television storytelling for generations. The series introduced filming before a live studio audience, using multiple cameras and adjoining sets for seamless transitions, innovations that revolutionized the sitcom format. Lucille's meticulous attention to detail ensured the comedic timing and emotional depth of each episode resonated with audiences. During this era, Lucille also shared her knowledge by teaching a 32-week comedy workshop at the Brandeis Bardeen Institute. When asked about her approach to teaching, she famously said, "You can't teach someone comedy. Either they have it or they don't." While Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz captivated audiences as America's favorite couple on I Love Lucy, their private lives told a far more complex and painful story. Desi's struggles with infidelity and drinking created an undercurrent of tension that ran throughout their 20-year marriage, often threatening to overshadow their professional triumphs. The cracks in their relationship became increasingly difficult to hide, as Desi's reputation for womanizing drew public attention. One particularly scandalous article laid bare his extramarital affairs, further intensifying the strain on their already fragile marriage. For Lucille, who had worked tirelessly to maintain the image of a loving couple both on and off screen, this betrayal was deeply hurtful. Behind the laughter and the bright lights, their home life was marked by arguments and emotional distance. Despite the turmoil, Lucille remained committed to their marriage for as long as she could, driven by her love for Desi and their shared history of building both a family and a groundbreaking television empire. However, by 1960, the emotional toll became too great, and Lucille made the heart-wrenching decision to file for divorce. It was a move that shocked the public, who had come to see the couple as the epitome of love and partnership, thanks to their on-screen chemistry. The end of their marriage was undeniably painful, but it also marked a turning point in their relationship. Freed from the pressures of trying to sustain an unsalvageable union, Lucille and Desi were able to rebuild a different kind of bond, one rooted in mutual respect and friendship. Their daughter, Lucy Arnaz, later described their post-divorce dynamic as surprisingly warm and amicable. In interviews, she reflected on how the split seemed to heal some of the emotional wounds, allowing them to rediscover the affection they had for each other without the weight of their marital struggles. This transformation was a testament to the deep connection that had always existed between Lucille and Desi. While their marriage may have faltered under the weight of personal challenges, their ability to come together as friends in the aftermath speaks volumes about the respect and love they continued to share. It also highlights the complexities of their relationship, one that was never perfect, but was undeniably meaningful. As Lucille Ball transitioned into the later stages of her career, her commitment to comedy, entertainment, and mentoring the next generation remained unwavering. Despite setbacks, she continued to break barriers, inspire her peers, and leave an indelible mark on Hollywood. In 1960, Lucille returned to Broadway with the musical Wildcat. Serving as both producer and star, she aimed to showcase her talent in a new light. However, the production was cut short after Lucille fell ill with a virus, leading to weeks of refunded tickets and an early closure. Despite its brief run, Wildcat left a lasting legacy as the origin of one of her signature songs, Hey, Look Me Over. Lucille later performed the number with Paula Stewart on The Ed Sullivan Show, cementing it as a beloved anthem associated with her indomitable spirit. Between 1964 and 1965, Lucille hosted Let's Talk to Lucy, a CBS radio talk show that allowed her to connect directly with her fans and share her perspectives on life and entertainment. During this time, she also appeared in films like Yours, Mine, and Ours, 1968, and the musical Mame, 1974, showcasing her versatility in both comedic and dramatic roles. Lucille Ball's television career reached new heights with two successful sitcoms for CBS, The Lucy Show, 1962 to 1968, and Here's Lucy, 1968 to 1974. Both series featured longtime collaborators like Vivian Vance and Gail Gordon, with Here's Lucy also starring Lucille's real-life children, Lucy Arnaz and Desi Arnaz Jr. These shows continued her legacy of making audiences laugh, solidifying her reputation as a comedic powerhouse. Lucille's dedication to her craft extended beyond acting. In a 1974 appearance on The Dick Cavett Show, she reflected on her work in I Love Lucy, her personal life, and her journey to find happiness in marriage. In a particularly whimsical moment, she recounted a humorous story about accidentally picking up Japanese radio signals on her dental fillings, further showcasing her gift for storytelling. Lucille was more than an entertainer. She was a mentor and confidant to many in the industry. Her close friendships included stars like Judy Garland, Ann Sothern, Ginger Rogers, and Ethel Merman, as well as longtime collaborators like Vivian Vance and Gail Gordon. She also served as a mentor to Carol Cook and supported Barbara Eden early in her career, fostering a sense of community among her peers. Lucille's connection with Carol Burnett was particularly special. The two women became close friends after Burnett's guest appearance on The Lucy Show. Lucille later appeared on Burnett's Carol Plus 2 special, and the two remained friends until Lucille's death. In a touching tradition, Lucille sent flowers to Burnett every year on her birthday. Remarkably, the final bouquet arrived on April 26, 1989, the day Lucille passed away, which was also Burnett's birthday. Beyond her on-screen roles, Lucille shared her expertise with aspiring performers. In 1979, she became an assistant professor at California State University, Northridge, where she taught workshops on comedy. Always humble about her craft, she famously said, "You can't teach someone comedy. Either they have it or they don't." In the 1980s, Lucille Ball sought to reestablish her presence on television and explore new creative ventures, demonstrating her enduring passion for entertainment even in her later years. While her efforts were met with mixed success, they showcased her resilience and unwavering dedication to her craft. In 1982, Lucille Ball hosted a two-part special revisiting the beloved sitcom Three's Company. This retrospective featured clips from the show's first 5 seasons, highlighting memorable storylines and iconic moments. Lucille's heartfelt commentary during the special revealed her genuine affection for the series and her connection to its light-hearted humor, underscoring her role as a guiding voice in comedy during an era when television was rapidly evolving. In 1983, Lucille and her husband, Gary Morton, expanded their creative ambitions by founding a film and television production company at 20th Century Fox. The new venture aimed to develop films, TV series, and theatrical productions, reflecting Lucille's desire to remain active behind the scenes in the entertainment industry. This partnership marked a return to her roots as a trailblazing businesswoman, building on her legacy from her days as the head of Desi Productions. In 1985, Lucille stepped out of her comedic comfort zone to star in Stone Pillow, a dramatic made-for-television film. In the movie, she portrayed an elderly homeless woman navigating life on the streets, a stark departure from the glamorous and comedic roles that defined her career. While the film received mixed reviews, it resonated with audiences, drawing a large viewership. Critics praised Lucille's courage in taking on such a challenging role, even if the film itself didn't fully live up to its potential. Stonepillow demonstrated Lucille's willingness to push boundaries and explore new facets of her talent, even at a time when many considered her career to be winding down. In 1986, Lucille made one final attempt to recapture her sitcom magic with Life with Lucy. The series reunited her with longtime collaborator Gail Gordon and was co-produced by Lucille, Gary Morton, and television powerhouse Aaron Spelling. The show aimed to bring back the charm and humor that had made her earlier series so beloved. However, despite its pedigree and Lucille's legendary status, Life with Lucy struggled to connect with modern audiences. Critics found the humor outdated, and the series was canceled after just 2 months on air. While the experience was undoubtedly disappointing, Lucille approached the setback with grace, knowing she had already solidified her place in television history. In February 1988, Lucille was honored as the Hasty Pudding Woman of the Year, an award recognizing her monumental contributions to the entertainment industry. The accolade was a fitting tribute to a woman whose influence had shaped comedy and television for decades. Even as her career slowed, her legacy remained untouchable, celebrated by fans and peers alike. The 1980s marked the twilight of Lucille Ball's illustrious career, but her determination to entertain and innovate never wavered. Whether through revisiting past successes, venturing into drama, or attempting new sitcoms, she remained committed to her craft. While not every endeavor met with critical or commercial success, her willingness to adapt, experiment, and step outside her comfort zone spoke to her enduring spirit. Lucille Ball's efforts in her later years served as a reminder that true legends never stop pursuing their passions, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire to this day. After the end of her tumultuous marriage to Desi Arnaz, Lucille Ball found herself embarking on a new chapter of her life, both personally and professionally. In 1961, she married Gary Morton, a comedian 13 years her junior. The union marked a shift in Lucille's life. While her previous relationship with Desi had been defined by passion and turbulence, her marriage to Gary offered stability and companionship. Gary, though relatively unknown in the entertainment world compared to Lucille's towering presence, quickly became an integral part of her life. Ever the mentor, Lucille brought Gary into her professional orbit, teaching him the ropes of the entertainment industry. She involved him in her production company, eventually making him a producer on her projects. This dynamic not only solidified their bond, but also ensured that Lucille maintained a level of control and understanding in her new partnership. Gary's humor and grounded nature complemented Lucille's fiery personality, creating a partnership that felt less like a whirlwind romance and more like a steady collaboration. However, while her personal life seemed to have found calmer waters, Lucille's role as a mother brought its own set of challenges. Her son, Desi Arnaz Jr., became the center of a highly publicized family drama when he began dating actress Patty Duke. At the time, Patty Duke was 23 years old, 6 years older than the 17-year-old Desi Jr., and her personal life was rife with complications. Patty was romantically linked to multiple men simultaneously, which raised eyebrows and fueled Lucille's concerns. Lucille, fiercely protective of her family's reputation, strongly opposed the relationship. She feared that Patty's maturity and complicated personal history would exploit Desi Jr.'s youth and naivety, tarnishing his image in the process. To Lucille, this wasn't just about her son's romantic choices. It was about safeguarding the legacy of the family she had worked so hard to build in the public eye. The situation escalated when Patty Duke became pregnant, sparking widespread speculation about the identity of the child's father. The media frenzy was intense, and Lucille was thrust into an uncomfortable spotlight as rumors swirled. Ultimately, it was revealed that Desi Jr. was not the father, a fact that must have brought some relief to Lucille. However, the ordeal left lasting ripples in the family dynamic. Despite the drama, Desi Jr. demonstrated remarkable maturity by maintaining a close relationship with Patty's son, Sean Astin, whom he had grown fond of during their time together. This act of kindness and responsibility showed that, despite the tension, Desi Jr. had inherited some of his mother's resilience and ability to navigate complicated situations with grace. Lucille Ball's later relationships and family challenges highlight her multifaceted life as both a legendary entertainer and a fiercely devoted matriarch. While her marriage to Gary Morton provided her with the stability she craved, her protective instincts as a mother showed that even Hollywood royalty couldn't escape the complexities of family life. These moments, filled with love, conflict, and reconciliation, reveal the deeply human side of Lucille Ball, a woman whose life was as compelling off-screen as it was on it. In May 1988, Lucille Ball faced a health scare when she was hospitalized following a mild heart attack. The incident was a sobering moment, highlighting her declining health as she approached the final chapter of her extraordinary life. However, even as her body began to show signs of strain, her spirit remained indomitable, and she continued to captivate audiences with her presence. Lucille's last public appearance was a fitting tribute to her status as a Hollywood icon. In March 1989, just 1 month before her passing, she appeared alongside her longtime friend and fellow legend Bob Hope at the Academy Awards. The pair, both synonymous with the golden age of entertainment, took the stage to present an award. Their presence elicited a standing ovation from the audience, a heartfelt acknowledgement of their immeasurable contributions to the industry. For Lucille, the Oscar appearance was a poignant moment, a final bow in front of her peers and fans, surrounded by the glamour and admiration that had defined her career. Her chemistry with Bob Hope reminded everyone why she had remained a beloved figure for decades. Her warmth, humor, and charm were as vibrant as ever. This appearance, marked by resounding applause and reverence, was a testament to the profound impact Lucille Ball had made on the world of entertainment. Even in her twilight years, she commanded the stage with the grace and magnetism that had endeared her to millions. Lucille's final public act wasn't just a goodbye, it was a celebration of a life well lived, a career that changed television forever, and a legacy that continues to inspire generations. Though her health may have been waning, her last appearance ensured that the world would remember her as she had always been, a star of unmatched brilliance. On April 18, 1989, Lucille Ball was admitted to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles after experiencing severe chest pains. Doctors quickly diagnosed her with an aortic aneurysm, a life-threatening condition requiring immediate attention. In a grueling 7-hour surgery, her aorta was successfully repaired and a replacement aortic valve was installed. For a brief moment, it seemed that Lucille had overcome yet another challenge in her extraordinary life. However, less than a week later, in the early hours of Wednesday, April 26, 1989, tragedy struck. Lucille woke up in excruciating pain, complaining of intense back discomfort. Moments later, she lost consciousness. At 5:47 a.m., Lucille Ball passed away from a ruptured abdominal aortic aneurysm, a condition unrelated to her prior surgery. Her sudden death sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond, marking the end of an era. Lucille's passing was mourned by fans worldwide, and 3 memorial services were held in her honor. News of her passing dominated headlines, with tributes highlighting her unparalleled contributions to comedy and her trailblazing role in shaping the entertainment industry. 3 memorial services were held to celebrate her extraordinary life, each reflecting the immense love and admiration she had garnered throughout her career. The first took place in Los Angeles, where Hollywood's elite gathered to pay their respects. Floral tributes poured in, including a stunning arrangement in the shape of a heart that read, "We love you, Lucy," sent by devoted fans. In attendance were countless stars who had shared the screen or stage with her, each recounting stories of her humor, generosity, and relentless drive. Fans around the world held their own vigils, lighting candles and gathering to reminisce about their favorite moments from I Love Lucy and beyond. From bustling cities to quiet hometowns, people shared how Lucille's work had brought joy into their lives during times of struggle, and how her resilience had inspired them to pursue their dreams. In New York, billboards lit up with messages like "Thank you, Lucy," and countless letters poured into studios and networks, expressing the deep gratitude her audience felt. Initially, Lucille was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles, alongside her mother, Dee Dee. The cemetery became a place of pilgrimage for fans who visited to leave flowers, notes, and even personal mementos. However, Lucille's final wish was to be buried near her roots in Jamestown, New York, a testament to the deep connection she felt with her hometown. In 2002, Lucille's remains were relocated to the Hunt family plot at Lakeview Cemetery in Jamestown. This move was a deeply emotional moment for her family and fans alike. The peaceful setting nestled near her childhood home seemed a fitting resting place for a woman who had remained grounded despite her meteoric rise to fame. The relocation placed her beside her beloved mother, Dee Dee, fulfilling Lucille's heartfelt desire to be close to her family. Her brother, Fred Henry Ball, joined them in 2007, completing the family circle. Today, Lucille's gravesite continues to be a place of remembrance and celebration. Visitors from all over the world travel to Lakeview Cemetery to honor her memory, leaving flowers, notes, and small tokens of appreciation. For many, it's more than a tribute. It's a way to connect with a woman who brought laughter and light to their lives. As an icon of resilience, talent, and innovation, she left an indelible mark on the entertainment world, inspiring generations of fans and creators alike. On February 8, 1960, Lucille was immortalized with 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, one at 6436 Hollywood Boulevard for her contributions to film, and another at 6100 Hollywood Boulevard for her groundbreaking work in television. This dual recognition reflected the multifaceted nature of her career, bridging the worlds of cinema and the small screen with extraordinary success. In 1964, Lucille's legacy was celebrated at the New York World's Fair during Lucy Day, an event dedicated entirely to her. Joined by her second husband, Gary Morton, she was honored for her immense impact on the entertainment industry. Around the same time, encouraged by Norman Vincent Peale, Lucille began collaborating with writer Betty Hannah Hoffman to document her life story. Though the manuscript wasn't published during her lifetime, it was rediscovered years later and released in 1997 as a memoir, allowing fans to gain deeper insight into her life and career. In 1976, CBS aired a 2-hour special, CBS Salutes Lucy, the first 25 years, commemorating Lucille's incredible contributions to television. The program marked the first time Lucille and her ex-husband, Desi Arnaz, appeared together on screen in 16 years, offering viewers a rare and emotional reunion of the beloved duo who had revolutionized the medium with I Love Lucy. One of the most poignant honors in Lucille's life came on December 7th, 1986, when she received the prestigious Kennedy Center honor. Tragically, Desi Arnaz, who was originally scheduled to present the award to Lucille, passed away from cancer just 5 days before the event. His close friend and former Desi star, Robert Stack, delivered a heartfelt introduction in his place, making the moment bittersweet yet unforgettable. Lucille's accolades continued posthumously, beginning with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, awarded by President George H.W. Bush on July 6, 1989. This honor recognized her as a trailblazer who reshaped the cultural and comedic landscape of America. She was also awarded the International Women's Center Living Legacy Award for her contributions to the advancement of women in entertainment. In her hometown of Jamestown, New York, the Lucille Ball Desi Arnaz Museum and Comedy Center was established, preserving her legacy and inspiring visitors to explore her life and impact. Her childhood home street was renamed Lucy Lane, and the Little Theater in Jamestown became the Lucille Ball Little Theater in her honor. In 1990, Universal Studios Florida opened Lucy, a tribute and interactive attraction showcasing clips from I Love Lucy, artifacts from Lucille's life, and trivia about her career. Though the attraction closed in 2015, its 2-decade run highlighted her enduring popularity. Her influence extended into the literary and philatelic worlds as well. In 2001, the United States Postal Service honored Lucille's 90th birthday with a commemorative stamp as part of the Hollywood Legends series. She was also inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame the same year for her groundbreaking achievements in entertainment and her contributions to the women's movement. Lucille's impact on television remains unmatched. She appeared on the cover of TV Guide 39 times, more than anyone else in history, including the magazine's first ever cover in 1953, with her son, Desi Arnaz Jr. TV Guide later named her the greatest TV star of all time and celebrated the 50th anniversary of I Love Lucy with special edition covers showcasing iconic moments from the show. In 2008, the magazine ranked I Love Lucy as the second greatest TV show in U.S. history, behind Seinfeld. Whether through her contributions to television, her fight for creative control, or her role in advancing women in entertainment, she remains an enduring symbol of excellence. Her legacy continues to inspire and entertain, proving that her influence is as timeless as her laughter. And that's the remarkable, complex story of Lucille Ball, a woman who lived a life as unforgettable as the characters she brought to life on screen. Behind the laughter and glamour, she faced unimaginable challenges, turning pain into passion and redefining what it meant to be a leading woman in Hollywood. What part of her story resonated most with you? Was it her struggles, her triumphs, or the groundbreaking work that changed TV history? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we dive into the hidden stories of Hollywood legends.